Earlier this week, the Jackrabbit and Coyote men's basketball teams paid visits to North Dakota and Oral Roberts. Tonight, it's the women's turn to play in those same venues. Why they don't play doubleheaders, I don't know. We start with the Jackrabbit women in Grand Forks. SDSU men won there by 4 on Wednesday. SDSU women won by a lot more than 4. Tylee Irwin, the North Dakota native, scores to give the Jackrabbits the lead. She scored their first 4 points. Macy Miller scored plenty as well. This 2 of her 24. SDSU on an 11-0 run. They were far from done, and neither was Irwin. She scored all 9 of her points in the first quarter. This an and one from Peyton Burkhardt, part of a 16-0 SDSU run. Welcome to the Summit League, Fighting Hawks of North Dakota. That's Madison Giebert for 3. It was 29-6 after 1, and pretty much over at that point, but they played 3 more quarters anyway. 66-48, the final. Good win for SDSU. The Coyotes in Tulsa against Oral Roberts, 24 hours after their men lost a 3-point heartbreaker. Their first quarter, Kira Duffy with the hook inside as USD takes a 1-point lead. Then just before half, nice play from the Sully Buttes alum, Chloe Lamb, pride of Oneida, steal and bucket and the foul as it's 34-30 USD at the break. Allison Arns had a big night, this 3 of her career-high 26. However, ORU took a lead in the fourth quarter. That's when Duffy would get one more big hoop as USD goes ahead 66-65, and they go on to get the victory by a final of 76-72. Since joining Division II 7 years ago, the University of Sioux Falls has been quick to adapt and succeed. Both the football and women's basketball teams have won NSIC titles and played in postseason, and this year it might be the men's basketball program's turn. The Coup coming into their game tonight with Mary, just 1 game out of first in the Southern Division and winners of 4 straight first half. Points hard to come by, but this dunk was plenty hard. Justin Taylor giving USF a 1-point lead. Now their All-American football running back Gabe Watson tried his hand, and that's a bit of an unconventional free throw, but it works. They have a dynamic duo in hoops. Trayvon Evans, 1 half of that, the senior guard, for 2 of his 26 points. And the other half is Drew Giebert, though he actually had a quiet night, only scored 8 points despite dribbling through everybody right there. This game was tied up at 30 at the half. Fortunately, they had plenty of depth, not including Gabe. He's not quite good from the outside, but they have a freshman by the name of Chase Grindy. He steals, goes all the way for 2 plus the foul. He had 13 points, and he helps lead the Cougars to a 77-72 win, their 5th straight victory. The USF women were also in striking distance of the NSIC lead, tipping off against Mary to begin the doubleheader. First quarter, they draw first blood. Gloria Malumba inside, up and under, to give her team a 2-point lead. Spoiler alert, that would be their only lead of the game. Mary has 2 of the top scorers in the league as well. That's Gabby Bowles. She had a game-high 22. Coup trailed by as many as 11 in the first quarter. They put things together a little bit later in the frame, and a good hope, the Washington alum, gets USF to within 9. Then in the final seconds, Travis Trap Hagen's defense turns up the pressure. Augusta Tramer steals and just beats the buzzer with the lay-in. That got them to within 7, but the Cougars can't complete the comeback. They lose 70-63. A doubleheader in the Hub City with Augustana visiting Northern State. Ladies first, third quarter. Wolves down 12. Brianna Kusler trying to change that with a 3 as Northern gets to within 9. The Vikings answer, though, with a 6-0 run. They've been killed by injuries of late without Shelby Shelland. There's Lindsey Prosser, though. She's still plenty good. She had 12 points, 55-46 after 3. In the fourth, Northern actually would bring things to even. Annika Frederick outside hits the jumper from just inside the 3-point arc. It was 60-all with 60 minutes left. That's when Cameron Hay gets one of the biggest hoops of her young career. She had 10 points, and the Vikings do pull away to get the victory by a final of 75-66. Elsewhere, Southwest Minnesota State falls in overtime to Minot State, 72-66. The men's game up at the Barnett Center, that was not quite as close. First half, bombs away for the Wolves. Mason Stark for 3 of his 14, and then it's Andrew Kallman. He's going to calmly step up and knock down 3 of his 12 as the Wolves get out to a big lead at half, 54-38. Now Matt Cartwright, the O'Gorman alum, once again had another fantastic outing for Augie. Step back jumper there. He had 20 points to lead them, but way too many weapons for Northern State as Huron alum Justin Decker gets inside and gets the left-handed hook to fall. And wow, Northern State just obliterates Augie, 97-66. The Mustang men also pick up a victory over Minot State, 83-77. The Sioux Falls Stampede's thrilling last-minute 3-2 victory over Fargo on Wednesday was made even more important for the tone it sets this weekend. Now fourth in the Western Conference, the Herd are 6 points up on their rivals to the north as they play the first of two in Fargo this evening. Second period, they're down 2-0. Andre Lee stopped once, not twice. It's 2-1. And about a minute later, the Herd would even things. Max Crozier in with a wicked wrista, and we're tied at 2. After 2 in the third period, the Herd have gone down again. It's now 3-2. But Jamie Cronella snipes that one in to tie things up. Herd fall in overtime, but they do pick up a point, 4-3. With the majority of their pros living in sunny South or California, you wouldn't think a stop in Sioux Falls during a snowpocalypse would be a favorite on the International Racquetball Tour. To the contrary, though, Lewis Pro-Am has been a long-time must for pros on the tour, long before it actually became a part of the IRT circuit. The longest-running tournament in the United States is in its 41st year and has upped the ante in terms of prize money while continuing to give pros and amateurs alike an intimate setting that's fun to be a part of, and hey, it can even be an educational experience for some of these guys.
I love the atmosphere, I love the people, I like all the Marks that put this together, Mark Gibbs, Mark Griffin. We really truly appreciate them having us. Just the people, it's just a wonderful atmosphere. The only thing I dislike about this tournament would be the weather, because I'm from California and I like the sunny weather, and when it snows, I didn't know what it was. It was the first time I was in this type of weather.
It'd be nice to know what that's like, to have never known snow. Anyways, the championships for the doubles are tomorrow and the singles pro championship on Sunday at about noon. Also, former USF Cougar coach Kalen DeBoer reportedly will be named the offensive coordinator for the Big Ten's Indiana Hoosiers. Timberwolves also fall by 3 to San Antonio. We're back in 1 moment.